Hey YouTube, I think it's time for an update on my diamond pythons, so let's get into it. Diamond pythons are amazing looking snakes that I've had a fascination with for a long time. I have a pair of diamonds now, but I feel like I would need 20 in my collection in order to have enough. Each one of them is uniquely beautiful. I saw my first diamond pythons in person when a friend of mine in the 90s had an adult pair. One of his had a yellow background color and the other had a white background. Both types are pretty incredible. I don't see as many of the white background ones anymore, but I know there are a few out there. Diamond pythons come from southeastern Australia, where the weather is a little more temperate compared to where most other species of carpet pythons are from. So in the wild, they get the heat of summer and they get a pretty cold winter. I'm doing this video in April, and so as you can see from my chart, I had my diamonds in winter brumation for 4 months, from November through February. Now they are back in the main room with temperatures that are a little cooler than the other snakes in the room. 77 is the high during the day, and 68 is the low at night. I'm spraying them with water more these couple of months because I want them to feel something like a change in the season. I make sure to spray each python too, just to make sure they get the point. Prior to their brumation during July, August, and September, I was feeding the female every single week. This was in hopes that the food cycling would help trigger the necessary breeding cycles for her. Then you can see that I didn't feed them during their brumation period, but now I'm feeding the female every 2 to 3 weeks, and the male is being fed every 3 to 4 weeks. I will keep them paired together from March through June, although I do separate them for a day or so when I feed them. This year is the first time I've made the attempt at breeding them. I have low expectations, but we'll see. Maybe I'll be surprised. So far, I have not observed any attempts by the male to copulate with the female, but they do spend a lot of time together during the day in their hide box, so maybe something is happening. During the brumation period, I kept them in these tubs with a water bowl. During the nighttime, I put them in a separate room that I kept in the range of 50 to 55 degrees. And then during the daytime, I moved them into a different room that stayed in the 60 to 67 degree range all winter long. Then I'd move them back at night. It was a pain, but the idea was to let them get a little bit warmer during the daytime instead of being in a constant state of coolness. The only time I would open the tub during brumation was to clean out the water every other week. I keep the male in a 3-foot wide vision cage. In this video, I put the female into another 3-foot vision, but in the weeks since this, I have moved her to a 4-foot wide custom-made enclosure where she will stay for the next few years. And I have bigger cages in case either of them needs an upgrade someday. Both of my diamond pythons are well behaved once they are out of their cages. The male infamously did a feeding bite on one of my younger kids' fingers. He bit and wrapped and had to be pried off, which was very painful for my son. Since then, we've given them a little more respect. They are both pretty food aggressive, and so it's best to reach in with a hook and move them around a little first before putting a hand in there. Both of my diamonds are still growing. The female is only 5 years old, and I'm sure she'll grow at least another foot or two over the next few years. The male is actually a little older, but smaller. I don't feed him as frequently as the female because I don't want him to get fat and lazy. Here are the most recent photos that I've taken of my pair. These first pictures are of the female. And these next pictures are of the male. Like I said earlier, each diamond python that I've ever seen is a uniquely beautiful animal. If you're on the fence about whether or not to get one, I can say that I don't think you'll be disappointed if you do buy one. They're easy to care for, they're easy to feed, and they don't get enormous. With a pattern like scattered stars across velvet, the diamond python is often considered the most strikingly beautiful of all the carpet pythons. I've been keeping carpets since the mid-90s, and the diamonds are the pinnacle of the collection. They even inspired the new license plate that I got for my Jeep. And I guess the rest of this video will just be recent footage that I have of the two. Thanks for watching.